You promised, Katie. You said no.
Oh, gentleman's agreement. Yeah. Okay. Or that. Or we just stop at 10. We all just stop at 10.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
10. We can cap it at 10, and I'll be pleased.
Yeah.
Welcome, 73s, Australia's Strongest Woman. I may as well just start at the top corner and we'll work our way through, but essentially introducing yourself, where you qualified, what qualifying comp you did, and how long you've been doing the sport for. So we can start with Katie.
Hello, Katie here. So I did the Meatstock qualifier last year because I was too thick for the 64s. And I have been doing strongman for 5 years.
Sweet, short and sweet. How was Meatstock? Seeing as
Meatstock was unreal. Great atmosphere, very quickly run competition. The 73s was Fran, who's left us to have a bub at the moment, and Bev. So pretty competitive field. And then, yeah, we had some very strong 64s, which are also sitting in this room here today.
Sweet. All right. Lauren?
I qualified at the WA Strength Games. I came second there. It was very thin. It was just myself, Sarah, and Kim, but all day we were just sharing points. So the fight was really good. Like, it was a really good competition.
That was a big day too, wasn't it?
It was a long day. Yep. I think between dropping my axle clean and press to picking up my frame, which was the next event, I had 3.5 hours. It was long. Yeah. It was really long. Yeah.
Standard strongman day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think actually most of you qualified outside of your own states when I think about it. I think everybody traveled and went somewhere different. Camilla, we'll go with you. Also, how was comp? Welcome back.
Thank you. Yes, I'm still somewhat tired and also dry again now, way in I don't know how many hours, 12 o'clock tomorrow, it's going to be good. I qualified for the 73s here at VIX this year. So yes, correct, did not qualify in my home state because we were busy running compound conception, which was, a little bit hard to do on your own. So, and that was a really shit competition for me, actually. Like, the events sucked for me personally. They were probably really good events and everybody loved them, but I didn't. But it happened to be the competition that I could attend. And it was, for most of the day, it was me against Naismith, which, really unfortunate that she isn't entered this year, because I love having a battle with her. And I started Strongman on Australia Day 2018 was my first comp.
Very specific.
It was. I won't forget it. It was my first 24-hour weight cut. I'd only ever done 2-hour weight cuts in the past, and I didn't do it particularly well, and it nearly killed me. It was probably like a 12% cut in 7 days.
Was that to the 64s?
65s at the time. Okay. So we weren't quite, the first couple of years, we weren't quite in alignment with the rest of the world. But yes, I was walking around at the time at an aerodynamic 74-ish. So good.
Is there evidence of that? A 74 Camilla? Yeah.
Yeah, just look at my last weightlifting videos. Chunks.
Look, I think it's well known that Camilla can eat when she decides to eat.
I have few skills in life, but that is definitely one of them. Him and TARDIS.
All right, Jess.
I qualified in South Australia. I came second there. As Camilla said, VIX events were shocking, and I did not want to participate in that. And I've been doing strongman. This is my 5th year doing strongman now.
That's gone past very quickly.
Very, very quickly.
There's a few people that are pre-COVID days, and then everybody else has come up after.
Yeah, COVID kind of shut it down for a little bit there, didn't it?
All right, Nat.
Yes, so I qualified from Queensland Strongest, but then I also qualified at ACT. I had a good battle with Carolyn during that, actually. That was a good day. And I've been doing strongman for 2, maybe 3 years now, so it's coming up.
Yeah, so you've gone from Vic to Queensland and then decided to do ACT as well.
Yeah. So I was already
Queensland.
then I move up anyway. So I'm like, well, I'm going to compete up there, so why don't I just move up there? Yeah, well, why not?
Yeah, it makes sense. And Carol?
Yeah. I battled it out in November with Nat at ACTs. It was a good battle. Came second. And how long have I been doing strongman for? I think like 4 years now.
Yep.
It was like just after COVID or like during COVID, like the first wave of COVID. I like really got into it.
Was it just you two at ACT?
No, and it was Sabrina as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sabrina as well. Yeah, so I believe she's doing 73s as well.
Yeah.
So another good battle with us all there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's only 2 or 3 in a comp, it makes it very, very hard. Like you come first and second, second and first, and there's not much between the two. So I think there's 10 or 11 of you, depending on if that's the actual final list.
I'm not sure who exactly is doing it.
Well, that's the.
There's been some pullouts from that final list that's been posted.
Do we know who?
And Kim's not doing it, is she?
Nah, Kim's not doing it.
Yeah, Kim's not doing it. I don't know if Sarah's doing it because she just got back from the Arnolds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it's still, if there's 8 at least, that still makes it interesting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Especially with all the events like flag raise, hold events. There's a few like gimme events that could go anyone's way. First event, log max. It will be, I think, a new AS record as part of the federation. The current 73s record is overall in the country, I think, is Lucia's with 100. Do we think it's going to get broken?
Hopefully.
I was waiting to say that.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think got it.
I bet she's going to try.
How's everyone else feel for log for a max?
Like
I hate it.
Log for a
not
max.
bad.
Logs belong on flyers.
Overheads are not agreeing with me during this prep at all.
I
It's
hate it.
unanimous in the bin.
The general consensus here is we don't like it.
No.
For me,
Just-
we're
Except for
just
Jeff.
ticking a
Just me.
box and we're getting the event done. And then the competition begins after event 1.
Oh my God, me too. Me too.
We just tick a box, put it to the side.
Yeah.
But there is a login day too, you know, as well.
Yeah, but that one we can all do.
Yeah, that's right. We can do that one.
Yeah, that one won't make me pass out and convulse.
The first one or the second one?
What's that?
The first log event or the second log event?
No, the second one won't make me convulse. The first one. Bring your popcorn. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
It's going to
Um,
suck.
Just,
So
just
aside
me
from-
loving overheads. Okay.
Oh, yours. You can have it.
Okay.
Babe.
All right. So second event, loading race. Probably the hardest thing in that is going to be the giant tire.
Mm.
Hmm.
I kept thinking die in a hole.
I've kicked multiple tires during this prep.
Same.
So everyone's gone hunting for tires.
Yeah.
I need
No.
to something because the one I've got has a rim in it and I think it's a little bit smaller so I can get my arms around it, which is not good to get used to. So I think I'm just going to fucking wing it on the day and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's all I've been doing.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those events that you kind of can, as long as you can warm up with it and you can figure it out on the fly. It shouldn't be too bad.
I
Sandbag.
feel like it's more fun if we can't warm up with it because at least none of us have any idea.
Don't say that. Don't
Well, admittedly, pretty sure that that was the same tyre they used at ASM 2019.
Yep.
So I have played with said piece of rubber Satan's belt.
And how was it?
It was really good. It was
Yeah.
so good. It was really good. Being obviously not open weight, it makes such a big difference carrying something so awkwardly weighted. So yeah, using a little bit of inventiveness on the day will probably help. But yeah, it's awkward and horrible, and I wasn't a fan. And it was also freezing cold and raining. So since then, I've touched exactly 0 tyres. So good.
So
Well, there's nothing more encouraging than them posting a photo of it and it's Big G carrying the tyres.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Exactly.
cool, we're all half the size. That's really good.
Exactly.
yeah, it makes the tyre look very small and very capable.
Yeah, it's not.
So you've done the timber carry as well, then, Camilla?
The stump. Yes, I can waggle a stump like a boss.
So the stump is easy.
Yeah, the stump's not. I don't, from memory, this was a lifetime ago for a toddler. Yeah, it was not too bad. The stump's fine.
Yeah.
Also, it was raining, so it wasn't a drama for anyone.
Yeah, it did start raining that day as that event started, and it started with a Atlas stone without tacky.
Correct, and we had to change the weight of the Atlas stone to make it lighter because nobody could actually pick it up.
Yeah. Love strongman events out in the rain. Flag raise. Has anybody been practicing a flag raise?
Sort of.
Yeah,
Kind
sort of.
I've touched it a couple of times, but a lot of a shorter bar than what it actually is.
We've
Yeah.
all locked ourselves right in the. That hurts so much.
Yeah, I think the longer one is going to be just as bad, if not worse.
Oh, good.
Fun.
We're all wearing cups.
Sure, you could put, I mean, Katie.
I wore an elbow sleeve after the tire last week. I'm still bruised.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No.
I thought I damaged something, but yeah, elbow sleeve works well.
Maybe I'll just do that.
No questions get asked when you walk out onto the platform with a massive bulge in your pants.
That's right.
It's not going to look weird at all.
Safety first.
Untested, guys.
Yeah.
If everyone does it, it's not weird.
That's right.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's going to be that heavy. I think that middle section is just going to be very, very awkward more than anything.
Yeah, I haven't done any real training for that at all. Like I haven't set up a torsinator like most intelligent people have. I've tried to pick up the finger like backwards, if that makes sense. Obviously not really that relatable because it's so much girthier. But yes, back strength, posterior, that whole, there's a lot of thoracic posterior loading. It's a big competition for that.
Yeah, my back's feeling that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, everybody's basically done their heavy training or probably just tying it up this week. How's everyone
I
feeling?
think I've got like one last heavy session, I think, and that's it.
Yeah. And everyone's feeling good, body's feeling good?
No.
No, I feel awful. My body hurts. My brain is like, I can't get amped up anymore. Like I know I need to do the job and I'm like, I'm not excited for this.
I got super sick for like 2 weeks and I'm finally back into like proper training now, but I just like my last 2 heavy weeks were just throw in the bin, I'm done.
It either happens right at the end or it happens after comp.
Yeah, I think my body was just so destroyed that it just gave up on me.
It's all right, you'll be fresh on comp day.
Exactly. I've got a taper week and deload.
Enforced deload.
Yeah. 3-week deload.
Yeah.
Look, I've heard, I think it was Alana like years ago when she did ASW, hurt herself like 3 weeks out and then just took 3 weeks completely off. And came into comp and actually felt really good. Because her body was just that bad that she just took the whole time off. So I don't think you're that lost if you miss a couple.
Yeah, good. I need to hear that.
A week
I
of
think
shit.
it's also
Be okay.
it's really important, I think, that people understand. And after years of competing, you realise, and I know this myself and my athletes are the same, but somewhere within the last 4 weeks of a peak to a big competition, you will have at least 1 week where you will just shit the bed and you'll think that you've lost everything, you're weak, you can't move, you're uncoordinated, like nothing works, and it should be working because you've been training hard and consistently, and it just doesn't. It'll come together, you're still getting the work done. It's just learning to come to a place of comfort knowing that that is a part of a really heavy training load and training block.
And that's, we've sort of taken it too. It's just like, we just take it day by day. And if I feel good, then I train. If I don't, then I just take the day off and just try again next week. So just sort of letting my body rest. So I don't completely KO myself for the comp, but in what I can.
What is this day off you speak of?
My body needs it.
That makes me feel better. My training sessions have not gone swimmingly.
No, but I think we could all pull things back and say, okay, let's just be modest. Let's hit what we can. Let's be smart the whole way through the prep, and then it would be smooth. But you're probably not going to come in as strong, and you're not going to push to the level that you need to. So it's like, it's a fine line between being smart and just thrashing yourself against the wall and hoping that everything pays off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ain't nothing Voltaren can't fix.
My girl.
very true. So after the flag raise and everybody ends up wherever they're going to end up, we've got deadlift for reps, which will be very interesting depending on who ends up where and in what place. So
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes for everyone. I'm excited to see what Katie gets because I'm hoping you just go balls to the wall for that one.
I just want 10 reps, and then Camilla can do 25 and Jess can do more than 10. Yeah.
You promised, Katie. You said no.
Oh,
reps
gentlemen's
there.
agreement. Yeah. Okay. Or that. Or we just stop at 10. We all just stop at 10.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
10. We can cap it at 10, and I'll be pleased.
Yeah. 10's a good number.
Yeah, no worries. Same.
Guys, yeah, sure.
Just stop at 10.
you have to get to 10. That's the rule now.
Yeah.
Deal.
Don't pitch out.
It's gonna be a long event.
That's right.
A lot of singles.
2 every 10 seconds.
No, but everyone feels good for it. Exciting event.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I didn't think I was going to I was like, fuck yeah, if I get 2, if I get 3, oh my God, if I get 4, like amazing. But I think I'm going to do a little bit better than 4. I don't know on the day. Who knows what's going to happen? I might just fully panic, but if I've got Hayden there, then I'll be fine.
Yeah, at least it's one event that you can kind of just strap in and go for it, and it's not as technical as a log or even the flag raise. Like it's something, if you're feeling strong, you're going to get a lot of reps.
Yeah.
It is also different with the stones because it doesn't always equate to calibrateds or bumpers on a bar. Are they bang on the weights as a calibrated plate would be? So yeah, that is also going to play into how many reps people get,
Like distribution
and whether it gives more or less whip on the bar.
Oh yeah. The stones, do we know if the stones are like on the end of the bar, like capped on, or are they like
They're further out, I think.
they're further out?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's not like a silver dollar, like they're not that far out, but they're at the end of the sheath.
Yeah, right.
I forgot it was a stone bar, like stones on a bar, to be honest.
Me too. Me too.
Have a look at ASM 2022.
Yeah.
22,
Yeah, I was there for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, if you want to have a look at the
Were they
which
sort
one?
of the same stones, the one that Kay ran? But she had an axle bar though, but she had like an axle bar deadlift for reps thing for that with the stones on the end. So I wonder if it's sort of like that.
Might have been similar. It's the stones have like a sleeve, and then the collar actually goes into the stone sort of halfway along.
Yeah.
From memory, the bar was quite thin, I think. So it did whip quite a lot, but in saying that, it's not that much different from a deadlift bar.
I think the women are using a Cerberus deadlift bar, I believe.
I think
Okay.
it's that on the website. Yeah.
And the men are using a power bar.
That's for them. Yeah, I think everyone does 1 or 2 reps and you get a feel for what that whip's like, and then you adjust and go from there.
Yeah.
Crisp high five to the next person and move on.
Yep.
1 or 2 reps, let's go.
I hope it's head to head, but I don't know if it is.
That would be fun. Yeah. How many balls he's got? I mean, as in like the stones. I mean,
Probably 2 for both answers.
I imagine it'll be 1 at a time because it's too hard to make 4 stones exactly the same. And then you've got people going, oh, was that one different? Or, you know, so I could be wrong, but I imagine for the sake of fairness, it would be the same bar.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping we're all like out on the floor with each other so we can cheer each other on. I think it was like that last year, like when
it was.
we sat on the chairs and I was like, ooh. So I'm hoping it's like that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I think, they did that for most of the events last year. And then you have seats and everything else if you want to sit down, whereas for me, sitting down's the worst thing ever. I don't get back up. Like to sit down, especially like on log, some people prefer to sit and they get more comfortable, whereas for me, I just had to stand and sort of keep walking around.
Oh, really?
Yep. And they're like, you can sit if you want. And I'm like, no. I'm not getting back up. Minecart hold, day 2.
Good.
Feel good about it?
Nothing.
Look, I just remember the Ukrainian being so crap at ASI. And I remember it being so crap at 160 kilos.
Yeah.
And then when they like put up the contraption, I went, cool.
It's the
That
same
was also
thing, isn't it?
bar too, so I wonder if this is going to be better because it's like a longer bar. So because I found that with ASI, like it was so short that it was like you were like gripping the edges. The bar, so it'd be nicer.
I keep thinking about like, can you actually get a good grip on it because it's on a chain?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a setup bar, so you can't drive your hand into it and get a good grip before you start.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be like floating on a chain. You kind of need to hold it, grip one hand on. Does that make sense?
Yes, total sense. Yeah.
You
So I'm
can
like,
kind of sit it on your feet.
yeah, that's what I've been doing
Way down
with
to the floor.
barbell,
So, yeah,
and I'm like,
you can
can't
kind of
like
sit it on your feet, grab it.
What do you mean by that?
Well, because if you let go of the handle, so say if you're standing and holding it and you let go of the handle, it's just going to fall down to the floor.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You know, like it's not like driving your palm into like a bar or getting ready to grip it, because it's just all over the place. The only thing you can kind of do is sit it on your toes and lift your toes up just to get it off the floor enough to drive your hand in.
From there. We're picking it up from the floor.
Well, you'll be picking it loosely up from there, but by the time it's like ready to actually be taught, it's, what did they say?
11 inches.
11 inches?
Yeah, which I think might get moved up a little bit to sort of 13 or something.
So, god damn.
Yeah, on those types of setups, 11 inches feels like a deficit. It doesn't feel especially like Lauren was saying, when the chain moves around, it's not like you can drop your hips and deadlift it up perfectly.
Yeah.
Because it moves forward and backward a little bit. So you're going to be in more of a stiff-legged deadlift position and just doing what you can to balance it.
I'm scared of heights, so I don't even want to be up in a tower.
It pulls you. Like you feel high when you're on that.
Yeah.
They're going to close you in with
my pants just being up there.
It's high. It feels high.
It's all right. You've got a hole. It's fine.
Yeah, that was a lot of ASI, to be honest.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, great.
It's not that high. I think it's dropped a little bit from what it was at ASI.
Yeah, I'm 5'4", not very high. Like it's still quite high.
And then the overhead medley, which I'm pretty sure the only thing that's going to be a challenge is the anchor yoke, and even that's not super heavy.
No, it's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited.
Has
Yeah.
anyone trained for an anchor yoke?
I don't have one. I've never tried one.
No.
I
I don't
haven't
love
touched.
overheads. So I'm just the 2 overhead like events. I'm like, well, what will be, will be.
The anchor yoke's super easy. Don't listen to anyone.
It is. I'll agree.
Yeah.
I didn't think so last year, but I like it now. I took 6 months to make friends with it.
6 months.
Yeah, I bought one just for OSG, and I'm so glad I did.
Cool. So we'll have approximately 6 minutes
Yeah.
to get used
Yep.
to it.
Yeah.
No
Yep.
worries.
Really gonna have to riz it up, you reckon?
We're fine.
I reckon I'll be like to the monster dumbbell, but by the time like Camilla and Jess have finished the overheads, I'm gonna be like, okay.
I'll be with my first rep on log, and they'll already be done.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm keen to see how fast you guys go. Like, it's gonna be sick.
As long as I don't trip over and eat shit, we're good.
Did you do that the other day?
I did do that the other day. Yes, that was good. That was very, very good. Took a monster dumbbell nearly to the leg.
No, it's meant to be a very, very quick event. The same with the Zercher yoke. Everything's meant to be quite fast.
Meant to be.
Meant to be?
Yeah.
You're not running fast with the Zercher yoke?
Oh, the Zerchers, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go as fast as I can, but that overhead medley, no, I'm not fast. Not fast.
Stone series at the end. Finishes with a 130. I think the setup for that is the Stone series is going to be like a record series type thing. At least that's what I was thinking, or like what Mason was saying, where the same set of stones will then go to a different comp at different times, and there'll be like a quickest record on that.
Well, that's cool.
So 130, end of a run, 2 days, 8 events. Are we all finishing?
Yeah. Oh, I am.
I'll shit my spine out if I have to.
Yep.
If it kills,
If it fucking kills me, I actually don't know. I cannot tell you what is going to happen on the day, but I'll shit my spine out if I have to.
Very well done.
But
yeah, I think the weights for the Stone series are actually quite reasonable. I find it quite redundant at big competitions, and this isn't any like criticism on the bigger competitions, but having, even when it's descending platforms, having a 60 kilo stone for any of the women's weight classes is just a waste of energy before you get to something like heavy and useful. So yeah, starting it heavier and finishing it heavier, I think that really, it's much more of a test than, it's much more of a test than like knowing that your 1 rep max is 130, for example, and you go, yeah, I can hit that. Doing things in a run is just so different.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, by the time you hit that, you should be, nicely fatigued.
Especially when it's 10 kilo jumps.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Starting so much heavier,
very,
smaller jump. Yeah.
Yeah, I think weight wise, they nailed it for like the women, the 73s and 82s. I think they overshot it for the 105s, but we'll see.
Oh, for the stones, 100%. I agree with that.
What
completely.
are they?
I think
105s finish with a 200.
Which just was the FYI, it was the final stone at Beasts of Burden, which was a pro male show, open weight, and 1 person finished. So
yep,
it's a bit of an ask of the lads, but go boys, like have a stab.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah.
What's the Giants live run, their standard stone run, go up to?
I think they've got like a 120 up to a 200 as well.
Yeah. That was my
I
thought
think that's
too.
their lighter stone run,
Wow.
and a heavier one maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's heavy. The Masters this weekend, the Open Masters have the same stone weight.
Wow.
Yeah. A little excessive, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, what was the stone run you just did, Camilla?
Which division?
No need to brag, okay?
I'm not being a dick. 73s was 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. And the only difference for the 64s was that the last stone was 130, not 140.
Yep, so they did those bigger jumps.
Yeah, correct.
Did you like bigger jumps?
No, it doesn't really matter. Like, I just think it's a bit of a redundant thing to have a 60-kilo stone when you're at like a top level competition. Like, you would hope that everybody will load it, and yes, it is to a higher platform, but even so, I would personally prefer to have them heavier earlier with smaller jumps. Shut up, phone. Yeah, with smaller jumps, because that level of extra fatigue that you get, it will level the field more rather than everybody getting tired on the same weight.
Yeah. I think Nat went back to work.
Yeah, bye, Nat.
Bye, Nat. The work break is over. Yeah, I agree with the stones, but I'm also shorter than the majority of people I compete with. So having it heavier to a similar height is more beneficial to me than me trying to load to my head.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Hey, Nat.
My phone died. It overheated. So great. Love that.
Queensland weather.
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, it's horrible. I don't know why I moved here.
Speaking of stones, so Camilla, both you and Sunny had a crack at the world record after the stone series.
Yes, 161. I was just, I don't know, I think I panicked and I felt rushed, and they didn't rush me at all. They were so lovely. The promoters were really good about like giving us that opportunity to have the attempt. The pick was unbelievably easy, but the stones were new. And for the stone run, we all went through and actually pre-tackied the stones so that we could actually extend with them.
Yep.
And someone who didn't have a brain cell at the time didn't do that on the fucking world record attempt. So, yeah, when I went to extend with it, it slipped off my top. I felt it drop probably 2 inches. And then by the time I tried it again, I was a little bit more cooked. So, yeah, really kicking myself for that, because it was the easiest pick I've ever done on a weight much less than that. Like, yeah, it was moving really well.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Well done. So.
Yeah, just even attempting it.
Competition, let alone two.
Yeah, 9th event of the weekend. No, sorry. That's a lie. That was 13th event of the weekend. My bad.
Yeah, 6 and 6.
Yeah, that one. I can math.
Just
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on adding in a record like that at the tail end of a comp? Like, should we see more of it? Should we see less of it? Should it be saved for a max stone event?
Look, I think we seem to have a really different perception of it here in Australia. Records in general, like, they seem to be poo-pooed quite a bit. And I think they really do have a place in the sport. I personally, and yes, I'm probably biased because I'm always the one who's asking to do stupid shit like multiple divisions and extra weights and all the rest of it. But why not? I think it creates hype. I think it creates excitement. The crowd generally love it, like, especially if it's an Australian record or a world record. Like, why would you not get more hype? I get that it's a few more minutes, and when you're running to a really strict time schedule, I get that sometimes it's just not a possibility. But if those elements fall into alignment, I don't see why it wouldn't be allowed. And the other thing it does is it shows the rest of the division, not just here but everywhere. It starts to raise the bar. So we have these ceilings, there's so-called glass ceilings for ourselves, and everybody bases their own performance on what somebody has done. And when that rises, then cumulatively performances rise. Like, I remember when I first started strongman, 100 kilos was a big stone. Like, for a female to load 100 kilo stone, that was a big deal. Yep. And now it's you know, it's really an everyday thing for every weight class. So by allowing records to be broken, you're increasing the capacity of the whole weight class, in my opinion.
I agree.
Well, a lot of the others might not know that the world record that Alana held, which was in the open weight class, was 139 kilo stone.
Yeah.
And that was in, or 140, something like that.
No, it was like, yeah,
It was 138, I think.
Yeah. And that was only in 2014, maybe somewhere around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if any of you were doing a 140 stone back then, that would have been the heaviest stone that any woman has ever done.
Wow.
That's how far the sports come now.
It's cool.
I think I was chatting to Mason about the Australian records for stones, because I was looking on the website and I was like, hey, like, where's the Australian record? He just hadn't updated it yet, but he said that I think he's I think it's like from any comps from like the end of 2023, I could be totally wrong, but end of 2023 and like onwards, if you've already hit a 140 stone, for example, 2022, and someone hits it in 2023 or 4 or whatever, that is the new record holder. So I think like maybe if M. Naismith hasn't already hit it and I'm wrong, someone could be hitting it on like next weekend and get a new Australian record and hold it for, you know, however long they hold it for.
That'll be the new AS record.
Yes.
So, yeah, so that's not, the current record still stands. Anyone who's loaded whatever, but according to Australia's Strongest, that will be there in their database of been lifted.
So it's 140 Australian record.
Maybe.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think she did a 140 at round 3, maybe, at Wagga, and I think she tried a 150 potentially. So maybe we have a 9th event and everyone has a crack at a heavy stone.
That would be so fun. I can't guarantee it's going to go up, but
About a 152, Mason. 152.
152.
It's hard to make incremental weights without obviously like drilling into it and putting lead in it and things like that.
All right, I'd take a 155 at the moment. That's fine.
Seeing as 160 is so easy, right?
Not exactly.
Predictions overall. Do we have any? Do we not want to mention any predictions? Because some people get touchy about predictions.
I think there's some pretty clear front runners. In terms of like overheads and stones and stuff like that. Like I'm looking at Jess and Camilla. As for everybody else, just because I didn't realize M. Naismith wasn't in it this year, I think it's anybody's game now, and I think that's going to be the most exciting part.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see like who gets third. Like it's going to be so exciting.
Yeah, and we've still got, like you said, there's Sabrina, Sarah Rodwell if she decides to do it, Emma McFarlane, Charlie as well, and Bev. I think that's been going good. List. Which is interesting too, because there's some people with like big logs, not so big deadlifts, some people with big deadlifts. So especially with a flag race, a loading race, a grip event, that's going to shake a lot of points up.
It really does feel like a really well-rounded field too. Like everyone, it feels like everyone's on the same sort of level. Like there's no, like, you know, for that sort of 3rd, 4th spot, like everyone's super, like it's anyone's game. I feel it's super exciting.
Yeah. I think this is going to be so exciting to see how the point scores go, you know, consistently. I think it's going to be great.
And with that number of us as well, like the point sharing and everything, like it's going to be so good.
Yeah, I think, and Camilla might remember better than me, but the 73s were a very new division. That only came in 2020. It was going to be at the Arnolds Before then, it was you did 64s, 82s, or opens. So this is probably the most stacked 73s comp that we've had. Unless
I think it's cool.
Definitely.
We've got like, it seems like we've got like 2 groups, but
Mm.
the points are going to be shared the whole time.
Yep.
Does that make like we've got a group here that's all going to sit around the podium and like you guys are all going to battle event to event, and then there's another group where we're just going to sit together and battle for places, and it's cool. Like there's no like, even if there's like 2 outlier groups, there's battle there in each one. I feel, which is really cool.
Yeah, I actually feel that there'll be even less segregation than that, like because there are so many outlier events like the loading medley, like the flag raise, and like the grip event. So few of us can actually train that specifically, and also hopefully it doesn't come down to like timing errors, because we've got the overhead medley and the Zercher, which are going to be super speedy. I do, and I know that with events where you turn and return, it makes it a bit harder, but God, I'd love to see timing gates at some stage.
Yeah,
Because
I think so too.
reflexes can cost big points, especially when you're doing something which, for example, we didn't really talk about it much, but the Zercher race is going to come down to seconds. Like it's going to be so fucking close between everyone. You want your timer to be like really quick on the finger.
Yeah. We'll remind them before we go.
Yeah. Like a quick draw in the Wild West, like fucking get it done, mate.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Our frame carry, the qualifier at WA, myself, Sarah, and Kim were all within a second of each other.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah, Nat
like
and I
it was like 0.5 of a second between myself and Sarah.
How do you actually measure?
I think when Nat and I did our November comp and we did yoke run, it was 0.13 of a second.
Yeah. It's like it's so fast.
Yeah.
Because like especially when you've got the 73s, like everyone moves. We can all move. Like there's no, you know, like it's the difference in being like a lighter class athlete to being a heavyweight. Like everyone can move and move fast.
Yeah. I think it was interesting with the Rogue Pro show on the weekend just gone. They gave like a general time and it was unofficial, and then they waited for a while to get a confirmation of the exact seconds for like frame and stuff like that. I know it's a pro show, but like that would be nice to have like that level of security in like how fast you're going.
But even then, at that level, they're still using a dude with a stopwatch. Like
that's right.
We can't measure fractions of a second. It's not an accurate way of differentiating between speeds.
Yeah. Like what kind of technology can we get?
Yeah, well, the CrossFitters just use like obviously sprinting gates, like Camilla's.
Track and field.
So, timing gates at the top of the frame, for example, at the Giants live show, they could have a button that the frame hits. That's when the timer stops. Like there are things that could be done, and I really hope that in the future that starts becoming more and more common, because there is, it's really hard when you lose points and then you have to go and argue with people and show video footage over seconds. That happened to me at the Arnold in 2020. I was in the same heat as the girl who ended up coming second. Anyway, for the yoke race, I didn't know who had won the race. Like we were really, really close. It was a photo finish. And then when the scores came through, I was 3 seconds slower. So yes, that had to be reviewed and taken back, and ended up getting some more points off it, but still not, you still don't know.
Yeah. You don't want to have to go through that in the middle of a comp.
You shouldn't have to, and no, you don't want to, and then it always sounds like sour grapes, like, oh no, I was quicker than that, but sometimes you actually were, and you just had a slow ref.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see like CrossFit where you have the ankle monitor and that triggers it, and then everyone can run a Zercher and I get to see everybody dive foot first. Depending on which foot you pick, because you see that in CrossFit where like they run over the line and they jump with this foot, but the back foot's actually got what measures the time
Yeah.
type of thing, rather than have it on the actual like farmers.
Can
we
do
just-
it like a long jump at the end
Yes.
with the Zercher.
With the Zercher.
Yeah.
I knew Katie would be in for this.
Yes. I am 100% into this.
Anything more running, more sprinting.
More of that. Less strongman, more running. Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Or you could do
Um,
it, make it heavier, and then nobody moves as fast, and there's
Slow.
a bigger gap.
Mm.
Yeah, bigger gap
The
in
time
time.
is accurate. Yeah.
Mm.
I think that's
Yeah,
generally the
please.
goal, is make it heavy enough where it starts to really divide people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or make it longer.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
bigger.
want to have to run for
Yeah.
longer. Come on.
That's pretty much it. Is there anything else that anyone wants to add towards the comp?
I'm just excited to like compete at this level. Pretty much. Like really nervous, but I'm excited.
I think
I'm not bragging great, but I do have one question.
Yeah.
Caroline, where is the relationship between your name and your handle? Because it's really confusing. Your name's not Mary.
My middle name is Mary.
Okay.
Yeah, my middle name is Mary, and someone came up to me in a gym years ago, and they're like, "Mary, Iron Mary, sounds like Iron Maiden," and then that was it. That's literally how it happened.
Is that what they sounded like too?
Yeah,
Seems pretty accurate.
yeah, pretty good at impersonations. Yeah, that's literally it. My middle name is Mary, so
Brilliant. Thank you. I was
yeah,
confused.
yeah.
Alias.
all makes sense. Well, thanks for coming on, and good luck with the rest of this
Thanks for having
week.
us.
And yeah, I'm going to be there next week anyway, so I get to
Mm.
sit and watch, which is good.
Yeah, you get to relax.
Yeah, I don't have to do any of it, which is
Not likely with me there.
what
Yeah.
that's actually very accurate. Yes, I'll probably be more stressed for everybody than if I was competing, where I can tune out.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
true.
Perfect. All right.
Yay.
Thank you, and I'll probably see you all soon.
All right, see you guys next week.
Hey.
Thanks, guys. See you in
Bye.
Bendigo.
Bye.